Sporthouse fans, it's John from Bill and Paul Sporthouse with another What's Blank Wednesday, and today it's What's Your Snowboard Package, and we are standing in front of our wall of boards. If you haven't been to our store in a couple of years, you'll remember that our snowboard presentation was always a little bit limited and kind of tucked away. Renovation back in 19, we increased our floor space, increased our presentation, and best of all, we've increased our expertise, and a lot of it has to do with this guy standing next to me. You may have seen JJ from some of these summer videos. JJ, welcome back.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here.
So I was buying this stuff for a while and have handed the torch over to you. So what's new in snowboard for 22-23?
What's new? So we're bringing in some great brands this year. We're bringing in Ride snowboards for the first time. I know we touched about the Ride brand when we introduced the winter kickoff, but today I'm glad to stand here and show you some new boards that we brought in from them, both men's and women's, that we're really stoked on.
So we kind of go A to Z now on boards. It used to be we were like the snowboard store for the families that skied, but that is no longer true. We have some pretty core boards, some boards whether you're big mountain riding in the park out at Cannonsburg and kind of everything in between. So technology-wise, if I haven't bought a board for 10 years, what's the biggest difference that I might see if I come in here looking?
It's going to be board profiles and board shapes. Back in the day, it used to be you only used to be able to get cambered snowboards, which was a little bit better for an aggressive rider, a lot
kind
of pop.
A bridge shape.
Yeah, yep. Upside down U shape, but that isn't necessarily great to learn on if you're not confident with your edges. So we've got hybrid profiles that have camber and rocker profile. Rocker is more of that banana shape that's going to be a little bit more playful and free ride oriented. And then there's going to be boards that are flat profile, so they don't have any camber or rocker. That's going to be a little bit better for somebody who's progressing as a rider and maybe need to develop that edge control a lot better.
Okay, so you picked out a few boards to exemplify some of this stuff. So you got a gal's board in your hand and another one over here.
We do, yeah. So
what are the differences between these two?
We've got the Capita Paradise here. So this is going to be your all-resort, all-ride board. So it's going to handle pretty much all conditions, be great on groomers and off-trail as well. Just a great, easy to ride, a little bit more of a cambered profile. Versus this here, we've got the Ride Saturday, which is true camber, true twin. It's going to be for someone who's a little bit more park oriented, get to handle park and freestyle as well as Michigan groomers. So they're great poppy boards. I love the color of the Paradise here. I think it's super fun and funky. And then getting into a little bit more freestyle kind of heritage with this Ride Saturday board.
And then flipping over to a couple of packages you put together for the guys out there. What do you got going on here?
Yeah, so for men, we've got, if you have a kid or a friend or somebody who's starting, they want to get into the park riding, but you don't want to spend a fortune, and you don't want something super technical. From here, we've got the Pathfinder from Capita, super durable, extruded base on this. Comes in a huge variety of sizes. It's flat profile, so it's super easy and forgiving, but made to be start learning in the park. So we've got the STR binding on it, which is super durable from Union, a little bit more flexible, so you can tweak grabs and land sloppy, and it's going to be a little bit more forgiving that way. Next, we've got the from Nidecker. Nidecker is the Burton of Europe. It's a Swiss brand that's older, one of the oldest snowboard companies in the world. So this is your big mountain carver. It's traditional camber profile, so you have to be confident on your edges to ride this, but it will hold an edge on hard packed ice. That's gonna allow you to float and powder. It's set back, it has a little bit longer rocker tip there, so it's gonna pop up over snow, but it is a directional board, so you wanna make sure that when you're riding this, you're pretty much going that one direction. You can still handle ride and switch just fine, but it's going to excel high speeds and on edge.
And you got a ease of entry binding on there from a brand called Flow.
Yep, so Flow bindings, they're known for that high back that folds down like that. So It's easy in and out, getting on and off the chairlift. I have a pair of flows that I put on my recreational board. If I'm going to be riding with skiers a lot, I prefer to put that on so they don't have to wait for me at the top of the chairlift.
And it gives you the ability to use any boot you want. So
Absolutely.
if you fit a 32 and not a step-in type boot, then you get the flexibility with that. So, well, I am excited because one, we have the display, we have a much greater selection for an entirely better group of riders. We forgot to talk about some of this stuff, but we've got, for the starters out there, we carry a lot of kids boards. We do our kids trade in, trade up, right?
Yep.
So how does that work?
Yeah, so bring your kids in, we'll size them up, make sure we get them in the properly sized equipment. And then after they use it for a season or two, once they grow out of it, you bring them back in, we resize them, and then you can trade in your equipment as credits going towards the next size up. We also have a selection of used snowboards and snowboard boots as well.
And that's a pretty popular program. We've got a lot of families in that, so the selection's always changing. And again, you're not just stuck with one board. We have a whole bunch of different styles and graphics for boys and girls. So, so we've got trade and trade up. We got killer selection. We've got a lot of amazing brands: Nidecker, Flow, Union, Capita, Ride, Rozzy, Solomon. Yeah, the list goes on. It's expanding every year over here. It's exciting. And you guys want to come down yet this month and shop, because we are still in Bucks Month. So 10% of your pre-tax purchase, you'll get back an in-store credit. So if you spend $600-700 on a package this month, we're going to give you $60-70 and a voucher you can buy anything else in the store with. So looking forward to seeing everybody out on the hill this year. We're going to have a great season, right? It's cold.
I think it's supposed to get cold quick, and snow's supposed to be here for a long time.
So come on in, check us out for the snowboards, and we will see you next week on What's Blank Wednesday. See ya!